All right, man. Let's talk about Brian Branch being the Detroit Lions' best defensive player, and I don't think it's close right now. And um, it seemed like the Lions' second unit, um, second round picks, draft picks have been the better of the two. It seemed like they seized their opportunity more than the first round picks have seized their opportunity. Um, the Porter looked like a stud. I told y'all to put a couple dollars on him for rookie of the year, and it looked like he might be trending in that situation. But it's such a hard position to play. Is It's such a hard position to play. Is linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So it really is. But I mean, it's tight end. Mike Dicker before Kyle Pitts still has statistically, he still had the greatest. He still had the greatest statistical year for a rookie tight end, and that was crazy. But nonetheless, uh, Brian Branch has been the truth. I mean, he been making plays on the ball. Pick six got into his jersey was in the Hall of Fame. He got the pick six Monday night. Um, you know, uh, you know, he been making plays in the box. He had the horse collar, which it was by the letter of the law. You know, that is the way you supposed to call that. But my problem with that was, um, my problem with that was, then St. Brown got horse collar not too long after that. Then they didn't call it. Nah, maybe the referee wasn't in position to see it, but hey, at the end of the day, it was what it was. Um, but I mean, he's a heavy hitter. I mean, he looked fast enough out there for me. I mean, he been making plays, picks. I mean, whatever you need him to do, he's by far been a best defensive player. And then Green Bay, they did an individual trade. If they knew that he was going to be this good, I think Green Bay would just pull the trigger and found the place for him. You got to understand, he was so good coming into this team that he knocked Gardner Johnson out of the nickelback role. The game plan was for Walker and Kirby Joseph to be the safeties and Gardner Johnson to be the nickel. You know what I'm saying? But he was so good that he bumped Gardner Johnson back to safety and he took the nickel. And FYI, he pretty good on Madden too. Make a bunch of plays on Madden. you know. So you got to think about that for a minute. He did that. So yeah, he's been that good. He's been that good. So I mean, I'm not surprised by it. Um, I think some people are surprised by, how good he was and why did he last that long. Um, you know, and you just gotta you gotta understand, like, damn, a 40 time meant that much for his career. That's the 40 time for him. You know, uh, you know, changed everything. And you gotta understand, a lot of people don't shoot off from a 3 point from a track stance. That's not even 3 point stand, a track stance. So even a lot of these dudes are world athletes. You know what I'm saying? And they are, but don't mean you know um but a lot of them probably didn't run track. You know, a lot of them probably never ran track. So a track stance is totally different from a 3 point stance football. So really, they might want to think about abolishing the 40. You know, because he played a lot faster than his 40 indicated. And had he ran a 4.44, early 4.5, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation how he wasn't a first round draft pick. You know, and it says, sometimes the second round is better than the first round talent. You know, it sometimes it really is. You know, sometimes it is, and it's proven this year that our first round talent so far in Campbell and Jahmyr Gibbs, they're behind. You know, they're behind our second round players. You know, I mean, but then you had years where DK Metcalf went into the second round, Derrick Henry went into the second round. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, Darius Slade was a second round pick and seemed to be could be on his way to the Hall of Fame. All those guys could. So sometimes in some years, you know, the year with Zeke Johnson that came out with them, Bartavius Mingo, a lot of people think the second round that year was better than the first round, and they might have a point there. They might have a point. You know what I'm saying? They might have a point. They might have a point. So, um, you know, they might have a point. But yeah, he's been everything we wanted and some. You know, I mean, you can't complain about the kid. He's been the Lions' best. He's been the Lions' best defensive player by far. I don't think anybody can deny that. He's been the Lions' best defensive player by far. The best. So but yo, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification. Increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. But yeah, right now, you know, Brian Branch is definitely operating on a different level right now. So, best defensive player for the Lions, in my opinion.